This is the 234th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud, according to the book by Rabbi Aharon Yoshua Pessin, in his book called Taiku. He lists all the Taikus, puts them all together. And according to his book, this is the 234th Taiku. It's found in Tractate Menachot 24a. We had it recently in Daf Yomi. Because I'm doing these Taikus every day, one per day, it's catching up. So I started with the very first Taiku in Brachot, page 8, Daf Ches and Aleph. And that was back in June of last year. But I did one per day, and so there's not a Taiku on every page, so it really caught up to where we are right now. It went from Brachot until now, and now we're right about the time where it's catching up, and at this rate, it's gonna supersede where we are. It's gonna pass us. But right now we're still a little bit behind. So, but I remember these Taikus from recently. A few days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. Anyway, this is the 234th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud, Tractate Menachot 24a, with the words Boyer of Yirmiyah, Siruf Kli B'chibur Mayim Mahu. Rabbi Jeremiah asked a dilemma. Rabbi Yirmiyah asked a dilemma. In a scenario where a vessel joins the 2 half-tenths of an ephah that are inside the vessel but not touching, and there is a connection by means of water between one of the half-tenths of the ephah inside the vessel and another half-tenth of an ephah that is outside the vessel, and one who immersed that day touched the other half-tenth of the ephah that is inside the vessel. What's the halacha? Does he also disqualify the half-tenth of an ephah that is outside the vessel? When we learned in a Mishnah in Chagiga 20b that a vessel joins all the flood that is in it with regard to sacrificial food, meaning that if some of the contents become impure, all of the contents become impure as well. Does this matter apply only to that which is inside the vessel, but not to that which is outside of it, despite the fact that the outer item is connected to an item inside the vessel, or perhaps, since the half-tenth of the ephah found outside the vessel is connected to an impure item, it is connected and becomes impure. V'im timse lomar, kevan demechaber mechaber, chibur mayim tziyuf kli v'noga. Rabbi Jeremiah continues. Rabbi Yirmiyah continues, and if you say that since the half-tenth of an ephah found outside the vessel is connected to an impure item, it is connected and becomes impure, one can raise another dilemma. In a case where there is a connection by means of water between a half-tenth of an ephah outside a vessel and another half-tenth of an ephah that is inside the vessel, and the vessel joins 2 half-tenths of an ephah that are inside the vessel, and one who immersed that day touched the half-tenth of an ephah that is outside the vessel. What is the halacha? Kitanan kli mitzaref hanimili dinagim gavai ava mibarayla oidilma lo ishta teiku. When we learned in a Mishnah that a vessel joins all the food that is in it with regard to sacrificial food, meaning that if some of the contents become impure, all the contents become impure as well. Does this matter apply only in a case where the one who immersed that day touched that which is inside the vessel, thereby transmitting impurity to all of the contents of the vessel, and due to the connection by means of water, the impurity is then transmitted to that which is outside the vessel, but it does not apply in a case where the one who immersed that day touched that which is outside of the vessel, and only the half-tenth of an ephah that is connected to the outer item becomes impure, or perhaps this case is no different, and the vessel joins all of its contents with regard to ritual impurity. The Gemara comments, the dilemma shall stand unresolved. Taiku. This is the 234th Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud. We must wait for the coming of the Messiah to hear the answer from Elijah, according to the tradition.